Hey guys, all right, so what I'm doing today is not so much as getting in the field and doing some Bigfoot research. What I'm doing is my new piece of equipment is a drone. So, what I'm out here to do is I'm in the research area, and what I'm going to do is fly the drone and get some practice. I've been flying it for about a week and a half now, and I'm not an ace pilot, but um, I've gotten pretty decent at it. Where I'm confident enough that I won't get myself jammed up. Um, Yesterday I attempted this and would have put a video out, but I did crash the drone, but it was not my fault. Um, Out here in this area, it's very strange. We have battery issues and different things like that, and I was flying the drone for quite some time, probably around 30 minutes, and I had changed batteries and took off again to get some more footage and practice, and show you some of the things that I would be doing with the drone. And what I was doing was I was going down a trail, just following a trail about 6 feet off the ground, and nice safe height, just following the trail and getting some good point of view type footage, and lost connection. All of a sudden I get this message on my screen saying I am not connected to the aircraft. And then when my screen came back on that I had a connection, all I saw was grass and shrubs. So I knew the vehicle had gone down. Um, so I went through this whole process of trying to find the drone, which I did. Luckily, there is a feature with this aircraft that on my screen I can, it says find drone, and it literally gives you the marker of where you're located and where the drone is located. And then when you get close to it, you hit another button, and sorry, there's something walking on me. Then when you get close to it, you hit this button, it'll start beeping so you can find the drone. And I found the drone. It was in perfect condition, no damage, no nothing. I think once it lost signal, it got confused. I did go back. For some reason, it was, even though I couldn't see it, it was still filming. So I did go back, and it was very strange because the drone was hovering, and then all of a sudden it turned right and then went backwards. And then I guess when it went backwards, it hit the trees and stuff behind it, and then of course crashed. Luckily, like I said, no damage. Everything was good to go. I took it for a test flight after I changed the battery, got it back up. But I stayed a lot closer, which is what I'm going to do today. I was going to put out that footage, crash or no crash, but I'm having issues because I use multiple things to film. I'll use my phone, or I'll use the drone, or I'll use whatever. I got all these different pieces of equipment, and trying to get them all on the same platform to put together something for you guys is extremely difficult sometimes. And I fought with that thing for 10 hours yesterday, trying to get everything together, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm going to try something different today, where I'm not going to use an SD card in the drone. I'm just going to run it directly to the phone. So my phone will actually be recording what the drone is seeing and stuff like that, and see if that helps. It should. It should solve the problem, because then I'll have everything on one platform, and then I can just download it and put things together and do my editing and stuff like that. So, but again, I'm out here at the research area. I'm at I'm actually at a gate that I usually do not go to. The only time I've ever been to this gate is when I got lost and I ended up coming out this gate, and I was actually parked way, way down that way, and I had to walk it when I came out this gate, But I had gotten lost, gotten discombobulated, and decided to find the nearest way out, which was this side. I didn't know I had gone this far. Um, but to give you a little history, the area I'm at is 3,000 acres, and it's approximately to the county line. It goes further, but our county line is probably a mile that way, and then it runs, you know, lengthwise for a couple miles. You know what I mean? So it's 3,000 acres. So um, and then the opposite direction, it stops at basically a dirt road, and then it starts another 9,000 acres. So the only thing separating the 3,000 acres from the other 9,000 acres is just a dirt road. So it's all kind of like a corridor. It's all hooked together and stuff like that. And going into the other county, the only thing that separates this property and then the forest and the other county is a barbed wire fence. So, um, it's my theory that these entities have movement. Barbed wire fence is not going to stop them, and of course a dirt road's not going to stop them. So they have pretty much free range of many thousands of acres, many thousands. I'm limited because, of course, I can't cross the barbed wire fence. And two, it's a very, very, very long hike to get there and then get back. And that's always, y'all have heard me say in the past. As far as you hike in, that's the same distance you got to hike back out. So you always want to keep that in mind when you're in the woods. So, like I said, today I'm going to get the drone up in the air. We're going to do some test flights. I'll be testing the camera gimbal, up and down. I'll be flying, doing different things. So if you see it moving back and forth, that's me trying to figure out different things. But I'm bringing you on for the ride because this is what I do. And like I said, this is just another tool that I'm using for research. I'm a big advocate that the drone is a very, very important piece of equipment to use because it can get you into areas that you can't get into. For example, if there's a canal or some kind of waterway between you and where you want to go and you can't get across that, you can fly a drone and get over there and look around. Different things like that. Just getting an aerial view of an area, looking down to see if there's any trails or game trails or anything that might be of interest before you go breaking brush and going in there, that you can look around and stuff like that. Now, granted, some other people have very expensive drones and they have thermal and they have night vision. Those are major pluses on a drone, major pluses. I don't have that, can't afford that. Unless there's somebody rich out there that says, "Hey, Rick, here's some money, go get that drone." I'm not ever gonna buy it. It's way up there. And but I've spoken to people. I've give them credit. Randy Harrington and Miguel from Sasquatch Theory. We've been talking. They both do a lot of drone stuff. I was always on the fence about breaking down and getting the drone, but after talking to those guys and the things that they do and watching what they do, it just really opened my eyes and said, yeah, I got to do this. So kudos to those guys for basically pushing me over that fence to finally do this, because I kind of been wanting to do it, but you got to weigh the cost and stuff like that, and I got to be careful. This even what I spent, I want to be careful and not crash it and destroy it and stuff like that. So as you watch me fly, I'm going to be reserved. I'm going to be cautious, and like I said, it's just an opportunity to get a different point of view. That's it. So All right. Now you also might see some changes in clarity in the video because I'm working through different settings and stuff, because that's all on the screen while the thing is flying. Because I can stop the drone anywhere, look at the screen, go through the screen, do some adjustments and stuff like that, and then go back to flying. Um, I am limited on, the worst thing about drones is they're not good on battery life at all. You're supposed to get roughly 31 minutes of flight time. I'd be lucky if it gives me 20 minutes. So I have 3 batteries, so I can come back, change the battery out, and get back to flying. Um, so if you ever do decide to get into flying a drone, definitely get as many batteries as you can. Um, you're gonna need them, because it's exciting, it's fun, and once you get into it, you're like, oh man, now I gotta land. So the drone does have special features where if the battery gets too low, it will automatically come back and land itself. So that's always good. But the thing is I don't have obstruction avoidance on this drone. So I have to completely be aware of my surroundings so I don't run into anything. Um, but I'm going to fly. It looks really high in the video, but I'm only flying roughly anywhere from 120 to 135 feet up. I just want to get above the trees so I don't as I'm looking down, I'm not paying attention and I fly right into a tree or something like that. Because sometimes, as you can see where I'm at, I'll let you look here. The trees are pretty tall and they get thicker and thicker as you go back. And if I'm flying and not paying attention, I could literally knock into one of those trees. And there are going to be moments where the drone is out of my sight. I won't be able to see it. So the screen is very important and stuff like that. So, all right, well, it's a beautiful day. I had to get out here early before the rains and before the winds, and it's gorgeous. And I needed to wait for the sun to come up a little bit more. So, um, the sun will play a factor when you're up there. So, all right, guys, let me get set up, and the next time you see what's going on, I'll be in the air. All right, take care, and I'll see you guys soon. guys. Well, with that test flight that started at 100% battery, because once I plug in, it tells me what my battery life is, and I charged everything last night to make sure. By the time I landed, I was down to under 25%. So, like I said, these things, don't get great on battery life. So, is my advice that if you get into it, definitely get extra batteries. It was definitely a success. I didn't run into the issues that I ran into yesterday with losing signal. But what I did was I moved closer towards civilization in a sense. Instead of where I was yesterday, I was pretty far down where I already knew kind of that there was issues because I've had issues with my phone. So I moved to, kind of closer. That's why in the video you'll see a road right there. That's about as close as I can get to anything that, I'm at the closest gate as I can get to civilization. So, but I think it was a success. I think everything went well. After the crash, I was a little concerned, and I was a little concerned this morning too, because I lifted up. I hadn't started recording yet, so I lifted it up, and something doesn't seem right. So I start to adjust the camera because it's on a gimbal, pitches up and down. The left and right is just the aircraft itself turning. It wouldn't move. It wouldn't go up and down. I'm like, what is going on here? And then I had this weird glare across the screen. I was like, what is this? So I brought it back. I landed, and what it was I forgot to take the cover off the lens. That was what it was. I forgot to take the cover off. So, rookie mistake. I'm going to make them. So, it was a good time. I enjoy flying it. Like I said, I took it very conservative. As you guys see the progression, I'll get better and I'll get more confident and stuff like that, because this particular drone is supposed to go 6 miles away. I can literally control it 6 miles away, and it can go up to speeds of 35 miles per hour. I'm not doing either one of those. Okay, because if something were to happen and this drone goes down 6 miles away, I'm considering it a loss. I'm not going to try to go through this forest and try to hunt down this drone. It's a loss. It would take me forever to get 6 miles out there. Then, of course, I've got to hike 6 miles back. A 12-mile hike total in this forest and swamp and everything else. That's not good. It's not good at all. So, other than that, I was conservative, needed to be. It's just like when I started this. If you go back a couple years ago, my videos sucked. They were generic. They were this, and this. And I've slowly progressed, slowly gotten better, and, talking to different people and learning different things. I've gotten a little bit better and better at editing and stuff. It'll be the same process with the drone. Now, I'm not going to use the drone every single time I go out, because sometimes it's just absolutely not practical. But it definitely has a use. Now, I'm going to check it again when I get back to the house and I start the editing process, because some of it I might be able to clear up through the editor. The reason why things seem dark is because it is. This camera makes it seem a lot lighter out than it really is, because this camera takes in so much ambient light. But when I'm flying and you get into these shady areas, it's going to be difficult. This 4K camera does not do well in low light. But I needed to get out here early. I needed to get out here before anybody else might show up, which is very rare, but I just wanted to make sure that nobody was here. And also, I needed to be out here when it's cooler. I needed to be out here when there's no wind. I needed to, there was a lot of things that played into what time I got out here and stuff like that. So, I don't know why this vehicle keeps driving back and forth. It's just one road out here, and if you're going down this road, you're usually here to hike, bike, or walk your dog. That's all you can do out here. You can't camp, you can't hunt, you can't do anything. So, um, but anyhow, what I was saying was, the low light. That's me. That's not the camera itself. That's me picking the time of day to come out. Um, as I, if I would stay out here longer, and as you see the sun is coming up, um, it would get better quality photos. So in the future, you're going to see better quality. I'll see about lightening it up, because I do have an editor that I can lighten things up, and we can get a better feel for it. So hopefully when I finally put it out to you guys, it's not as dark as what I'm seeing on the camera, because there were some very dark areas, and which is concerning, because I don't want to run into any obstacles and stuff because I can't see them. Because with this particular drone, I don't have the obstacle avoidance, and so it's like I'm there. I have to look around. I have to be aware. The only issue is the gimbal will not look straight up. It'll look at a pretty good angle, but not straight up. So I won't be able to tell if there's a branch above me or something like that. And let's say I just want to get out of there and go straight up and come back. I could hit a tree branch or something like that. So I got to be very, very aware of my surroundings and what I'm doing. So, I don't know, man, people. So anyways, I think it was a success. I'll get this out to you guys. I will be doing a live probably about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So if you watch this video, please jump in on the live, ask me some questions and stuff like that. It's just a good time. It's an opportunity for me to get to know you guys and talk to you on a more personal level and stuff like that. There are some people I do talk to through email or text messaging, and very, very few have my personal phone number and they'll call me. But this gives an opportunity for me to talk to you guys, answer any questions and stuff like that, more on a personal level. Never a lot of people in the chat. I'm a small channel, so I don't expect a lot of people to be there. Last time I think I had 5 people showed up, but 1 person was actually in the chat talking. So, and kudos to him. I had a great time talking to him. Hopefully he'll come back today and we'll talk some more. But that's about it for the day. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I love my subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys do a great job, and I will continue to do this for you. Again, I'm sorry, today is not a research day. It was an opportunity for me to play with a new tool, which is going to be a research tool. And I just wanted to get out here and test that. So no research today. So if you're watching this video thinking you're going to see some evidence of something, sorry. But anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday and a fantastic week coming up. And I will, and don't forget, we've got a time change coming up here. When is that? November. So that's going to play a major role in research. So I just noticed that today when it flashed on my thing that there was a time change coming up. So anyways, have a great week, wonderful time, and I will be talking to you guys soon. God bless you and take care.